Hi everybody, Marni Blythe. I'm the owner of Full Pocket Coaching. I am a management consultant, business coach, and fractional chief marketing officer. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'd like to begin today with a little story. As some of you may know, I am a serial entrepreneur and have owned many businesses over the years. One of the businesses that I owned was a holistic health and fitness center, 8,000 square feet, called Dragonfly Health and Fitness. And I had that business for 6 years. And I can tell you during that time, one of the things that I always struggled the most with was hiring the right staff. And the topic of today's conversation is, are you okay with hiring the wrong people? And of course, you're not okay with hiring the wrong people. I was not okay with hiring the wrong people either. It was always such a struggle. So how do you hire the right people? Well, the way I used to hire people, which probably might make sense to you too, was I'd put together a very comprehensive ad. I would delineate out all the skills, all the experiences that I wanted those people to have. And then I would go ahead and place that ad, and then I would interview people based upon their skill set and their expertise and everything of that nature. And then I'd make a hiring decision based upon intuitively what felt like was a good fit. And then oftentimes I would have them come in and we'd start working together. And a week or two later, I would say to myself, oh my God, they're not the right fit. Have you had this experience? You probably have. Well, when I started discovering EOS and what's called the Entrepreneurial Operating System, which is based upon the book Traction, and I am an EOS implementer, I started to learn the difference between how you hire the right people, why you hire them, and it's not what you might think. It's not just based upon their skills or their expertise. It's based upon, again, your organization's core values. Now, when I say this to you now, it probably makes a lot of sense to talk about this, but I wanted to kind of break it down for you today and kind of talk about the steps that we now use with all of our clients when hiring the right people. And of course, hiring the right people, having them in the right seats, will ultimately lead to a happier, more fulfilling work-life balance, everything else, because when you have the right team, everything else becomes a lot easier. So how do you do it? Well, the first thing that we're taught with the EOS system is that we need to put together what's called an accountability chart. Now, an accountability chart is what you might think of as an org chart, but it's actually a little bit different than an org chart. An accountability chart actually goes through all the different people that you need to have on your team, and then it lists out the 3 to 7 most important priorities that position is going to encompass, so to speak. And it's a trusted roadmap to help you land the right people in the right seats. So it really defines the right structure for your company first, and it guides you in hiring the right people. So that's really step 1, is putting together that accountability chart, okay? Next, having clear roles and responsibilities will lead the right people into the right seats. So you really want to make sure that in that org chart, like I said, that you have the 3 to 7 most important roles or responsibilities, and then you gain clarity around what the people need to accomplish in each of those seats, okay? Now, EOS also provides us with another tool, and it's called the People Analyzer. And I love this because it really is an objective of assessment of a candidate or the employee's cultural fit, again, going back to core values, along with their ability to be able to do the job. And it's called the GWC. They get it, they want it, they're capable of doing it. And we need to really make sure that each person who's in each one of those seats has all 3 of those things in place, okay? And so your core values are really what's going to lead you to hiring the right people. Now, we've been talking a lot about that. If you haven't had a chance to look at some of the other videos that we have produced around core values, I'd really encourage you to take a peek at that. So core values tends to be sometimes overused in our business environment, but it's really the key to everything. And there's no better barometer for attracting the right people. And it really represents who you are as an organization. And the core values, of course, already exist in your organization. However, oftentimes we haven't parsed those out and we haven't delineated those. And we need to make sure with our core core values that we are so clear about those. So I want to talk a little bit about how you leverage core values at your company. I actually have created a free download. If you go to fullpocketfreebie.com, this is core values and core focus. There's a really cool little mini worksheet that we put together that you can utilize in your business to help you to make sure that you've got these down. And everybody in your entire company should be invested in these core values. The core values should be at the forefront of every business decision that you make. So what are the company values? Are they articulated clearly? Are they used to inform your strategic decisions, including hiring? This is so important. And if you don't infuse them into all of your processes, the core values won't take you very far. So we really need to look at infusing them into everything that we do, okay? So hiring for values is very important in the EOS process. And it's a great process because it's not complicated. It's simple. And when we simplify things, we can really start to get traction in our business, which of course ultimately leads to more ROI for the bottom line, right? And that's what we're all ultimately after, is making more money in less time, doing what we're most passionate about that helps the most amount of people, and also just helping people, right? So let's talk a little bit more about how we avoid hiring the wrong people, okay? So similar to a great marketing campaign to gain new clients, you really need to do the same thing to attract great employees. And it's kind of a shift, okay? So when you do that, here's a couple of tips for how we can really make it so that it's very attractive to somebody to look at potentially joining your company. So we want to include and promote your company's core values and core focus in all of your job postings. We want to make sure that people know what it is that you stand for, and then we want to find people who are aligned to that vision, okay? So for example, if one of your company's core values is relentless customer service and exceptional customer service, but yet when you go to vet one of these people, you find out, that you do a reference call and you find out that there's been times when they haven't been impeccable with their customer service. That does not match your values, regardless of their experience, okay? Regardless of their skill set, right? So that's important. We want to incorporate open-ended questions in the hiring process to determine if they truly exhibit the core values. So ask them really good questions to find out, are they really a fit from a core values perspective? Again, what I was just talking about, making sure that you get references to assess the alignment with the core values with the specific job requirements. So when you're making those calls, make sure that you're not just asking if they know how to do the job and if they've got the skill set, but ask that person, what do you really think their core values were and what do they really stand for? And I think that's a really important thing. This is key. All of this is key because who we attract and hire to our organization takes precedence over what they do. You can't achieve consistent results until you get the right people in the right places. So hopefully this is helpful to you. If it is, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below. Let us know that you found value in this. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you check out the other videos that we have here on our YouTube channel. We'd love to go ahead and invite you into our Full Pocket family. And don't forget also fullpocketfreebie.com to go ahead and download your mini workbook and let us know what you think. As always, if you need any help, I'm always available to you. Marni at fullpocketcoaching.com. Thank you again.